Testing, testing, 1, 2. Edit. All right, so let's see what we got here. Okay, so let's go to well, welcome, and good morning. So this morning, this is one of the first first Tuesdays that I've streamed in the morning in a while. Like I said, I was gonna be doing earlier streams and getting on up and getting in before I end up having to leave and actually go and do some work. But for now, just looking around the market, looking at the different players in the market right now. Over here on my scans, all I see is Polo right now, and looks like a couple of movers here, Nvidia, Song, and a couple others. They look like they haven't updated any kind of percentages yet though. Mark. It's probably because mark percent change isn't on here. So let's get that on here. Mark percent change. And there we go. All right, so a couple of them are down. Sheet is up. So the markets, let's go look at the markets because they're probably still going down. T-ball, save this again. Save this T-ball 2.0. Save T-ball 2.0. Good morning. So right now I'm looking through the scans. I'm seeing Pola up there, which is one that is moving downwards right now. Let me see for my low floats. That's about right. Save. TRNR just popped in. About to look through these and see what they got going on. Hopefully you guys had a good day yesterday. And see, what did I just do? Low flows. Let's see. We also got the market. So at this time, you know, I just don't want to be digging for low floats. I'm like letting my scanner find them, and I'm looking through making sure, and I think I just accidentally deleted one of my scanners, which is the T-Vol. I guess I'll show you guys what that is. So on the T-Vol, all it is a top volume scanner, and we have percent change of 0. We have no volume, or I guess I could leave that because I need a price. So on the T-Vol for pre-market, I'm looking for market cap of 5 minimum. And there was something else. Dum, dum, dum. I believe that might be all of them. But yeah, I'm going to look, set that up. Might be forgetting something on there. Let's see what it brings up. It should be top 10. And assorted by volume and descending. Okay, there we go. There are top movers over $5 that are doing their thing. I want to focus in on, yeah, well, this will be good. All right, so let me save this. T-Vol. Sometimes TOS has issues with the file replacement. So what I'll do is I'll save it as T-Vol 2.0. And what I mean by issues with the file replacement, it's like for a day, it'll be switching back and forth from the old scanner to the new scanner if you name them the same file name. But if you want to get rid of that, you just rename it as, you know, whatever you had it named as 2.0, and delete the original. So delete T-Vol, and then you just recreate the original here. So I'll resave this as T-Vol, and now it won't be swapping back and forth all day. And I can delete my other one, which is T-Vol 2.0. All right, so now we got that. Looking, so I did do boom, boom. Okay. So looking at my back over here, my scans, we see that NVIDIA is leading the day in volume, and all of these stocks on the market percent change are red, 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 a whole bunch of red. During the midday, I am working on a new strategy for these large caps, large and mid caps, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'm not trying to dig and pull through on the low floats. If they don't show up on the scanner, I'm probably not touching them. Like TNR right now is negative. What is this? Let me see. I see a negative, but I need to put on here the market percent change so I can actually see what's going on over here. I'm seeing a negative from yesterday on it. Market percent change. Bring that on over. And where are we sitting today? Customize, don't need percent change. So it looks like 15% up on TRNR, which is not that impressive right now, but you know, pre-market is kind of moving. Let's go and look and see what kind of news it has. It's up, jump from 216 up here to 270 on TRNR. Has an ATR of 60 cents. Press releases. Okay, 13 minutes ago, Interactive Strength secures exclusive distribution and initial order for CLMBR in the United Kingdom. Okay, so first, what is CLMBR? Co-founder, second largest international fitness market, third largest globally, including the United States, Trent Ward. Okay, important fitness market, gym members, over 10 million gym members. So we're extremely pleased to lock down an exclusive relationship with an established leading purveyor of fitness products in that region. Okay, so fitness. I don't know how excited I am about that, but I see it continue to go up. It's up 22% now. And if we look at the previous day's close, so previous day's close, let's see, where was it? Somewhere up in 230, and it has a 60-cent ATR. So first of all, let me clear all of these drawings so I can get my ATR on here. So around 231. 230s. We'll add the 60-cent ATR. So it's going to be around 290, which is where it's getting up to right now. And we want to see how this thing holds this 290 level. And I will put this on here as the ATR from the close of yesterday and see if it starts to respect that level. ATR. And all right, so we got our 290 ATR up there. Other than that, Pola not looking the best. It was another one that's got 3 million shares traded on it. It's over $2, but it's only up 2%, so that's a no-go. Majority of the trades are happening right here. The point of control at 277 on this one. And it came up close to the ATR. We'll see if it breaks through that 290 level and starts to hold this 290. And then during the open, the next session, that's when my calculation will go on, and it will show us the next ATR for the next session, the open or the intraday session. But you kind of have to calculate the ATR because it won't use prior data to do it during pre-market. I tried extended hours. I tried all kinds of things to get it to work, but it won't. But I got time to do it by hand. Super easy. You just take the ATR, add it to yesterday's close, and you see where it needs to be holding up. RexCon, can I tell you about ATR again? Yes. So ATR is the average true range, and it's based on Wilder's 14 candle average true range. Now on TOS, when if you have a calculation that's doing the ATR, like I have my intraday calculation, it does it changes per time period. So the 2 minute ATR will be, or the 2 minute ATR high and low will be different from the 5 minute or 30 minute or 4 hour or whatever. So this is why you need to get a consistent time frame that you do your entries on. For me, I do my entries on the 15 minute. So because of that, I'm always looking at the 15-minute ATR to see where it's starting to break. Because usually, if it's breaking over a 15-minute ATR, it'll be breaking over the 30-minute, the 4 hour, and all of that stuff soon, or in a few moments. They're a little bit higher, and it'll go up there. But if you're just calculating based off of pre-market, this isn't really a how the so what the system would do is count back 14 bars. So it would count one, two, all the way 14 bars, average those 14 bars, and then do an average between that. Now during pre-market, I just don't try to overcomplicate things. I take the close, I add the ATR, and on TOS you can. It's just a field that you can add out here. If you go to customize, you just type in ATR, and there'll be an ATR button there. Now I have a couple other ATRs here because I for a while I was doing testing to see which ATR works best and all that. Most people are using just the regular ATR, the regular non-customized Wilder 14 bar ATR, and it's just the average true range over those 14 counts. Now, some swing traders, the longer the time period that you're using, the further you want to look back. So let's say if you're trying to swing, you may look for an ATR, an average true range, during the monthly period. You may look for an average true range during, a little bit longer, amount of days, maybe a 6 day ATR or whatever. But it adjusts to the time frame that you're wanting to use. Now, I remember somebody started using ATR, and one of the things they noticed is ATR shows you where the trend is. If it can hold above ATR, you got an uptrend. If it can hold under the ATR low, so all you do for the ATR low, you would take this price, this closed price of 230, and you would subtract. So you would say, okay, 230 subtract 60. So you would say like this, whatever 230 minus 60. Okay. So it'll be 170 down here. You'll be looking for a break for a short potential. Now, this is kind of not the chart you want to be looking at, because this is a low float chart. So in the event that you're trading something like a mid cap or like Nvidia, it really works well to determine where the trend is going. Above the ATR is uptrending. If it starts to break below the ATR, and sometimes you got to be careful because some of them will dip below the ATR and then continue going higher. So it's kind of like you have to read the candlesticks as well. Is there buying pressure? Does it look like buyers are coming in? Are they pushing it up around that ATR? And if so, can you be in for a reversal? But the first thing is I want to see this thing get above those ATR highs, because I'm trading for the long side. If it can't get over and it's always just failing ATR, I'm like, nah, I'm good. It's playing too many games. I want to see it get up, always give a pullback, and then go, get up above the ATR high, give a pullback, and then get ready to continue the trend upward. And it would be the same thing if you were shorting. You would want it to, you'll want to see weakness at the ATR high. It's an even better entry point than if you were trading under the ATR low, because you capture the full range back to the ATR low. The only problem with that is if you get a ticker that has a very strong beta score, And on the beta, I have my, do I have my betas out here? Yeah, I do. So on my scanners here, I have my betas. So the beta, I just use the regular one. Negative beta means that it is inverse the market. Positive beta means that it is going with the market. So we can see right here on Nvidia, it has a positive 2 beta. So if the market is going up, why would I be shorting Nvidia? I'm going to set myself up for a trap. And so what I mean by the market, I mean that usually I watch the NQ for that information. So NQ. So I'm watching the E-minis here, and this is on the 15-minute. So we can see yesterday there was a plummet, right? And it is coming towards this previous bottom level 20 whatever this is. Okay, I also have my ATR highs out here, so I kind of like to see it get above the ATR highs to prove that it's having an uptrend as well. But right now it's coming to what could be a double bottom here. I don't know, but I kind of like to see it break over these ATR highs strongly, get some body candles above it to go long on anything like Nvidia or Tesla or something like that. I want to see it actually supporting, you know, the trade. If it's going down like this, even if it's going down and Tesla's going up, I'm like, okay, well, I know Tesla has a 2 beta score, and it's gonna, you know, it may follow slowly, but once it starts following the market, it can be very, very devastating. If we look on Nvidia and what it did yesterday, look at what it did, and then look at the NQ. So the NQ did this move, right? It's going down, and let's say you go long on Nvidia while it's going down. What did Nvidia do? All the way down. So I try to look for parallels in the market, especially with these large caps. I wouldn't just be trading Nvidia. I would always have my eye on the market. If the market is just chopping around, well, I'm not going to be looking for Nvidia to do any big breakouts. But if the market is finding a direction and supporting a move for Nvidia, Tesla, some of these large caps, then I'm okay with that. Um, But yeah, this is NVIDIA. Let's see what else they got over here. We got Sound, SOUN, has a beta score of 2. And you can see it had a nice little move down based on the market. Tesla, nice move down. SMCI, nice move down. Palantir, nice move down. Intel, I hope this thing dies. I want Intel to drop so bad so I can get, oh, and my other trade that I took on AT&T is doing absolutely wonderful. AT&T is sitting at $27 right now. I bought AT&T back at 13 or 14 bucks, and now it is pretty much, you know, doubled up the investment, and it's looking nice. So I like that one. I want that one to continue to go up, but I want Intel to fall through the floor so I can get some nice shares. Maybe around, like, if Intel could come down to like maybe 15, I may start a position, but we'll see. Just keeping my eyes on Intel. We also have SoFi, IONQ, Mara. All these things, as the market was going down yesterday, were great capture points if you're going to be trading large caps. Now, this specific scanner is for high volume stocks over $5. I don't want to be digging for low floats during the morning. I want my scanner to bring up low floats. So the only two that I'm seeing up here on the scanner right now is TRNR and Polo. Okay. So I've just let that do its thing. Let the scanner bring them to me, because I realize when I'm digging for them, things just don't go well. I'm just digging around, and I'm basically setting up scenarios in my mind instead of letting the scanners work and showing me, hey, this is the thing that you need to be looking at, right? But you know, that's that's one of the things that I don't want to be doing, is digging around for T volume low floats. All right, so there, I want to delete. Boom. All right. But anyway, looking at TRNR. Now remember this ATR up here, 60 cents off of the low is where it's kind of showing a little bit of resistance. That's where you see these little topping little pricks. It makes sense. Like ATR will turn it around if it's strong, but it can also be a great break point. So that's why I want to see it get up and then start holding around this maybe $3 level, or maybe it goes up even crazier than that, starts holding up 325. The only other issue that I have with TRNR is the news. It is GM news or some kind of workout news or something. Yesterday it was a little bit different trading pre-market because the stock that I traded actually had AI news. So this one, I mean, it could do something, but I would much rather like to see um, a better catalyst come up to be jumping in to play into pre-market, and that's what I'm just going to be patient and wait for. Um, and also, why does it have this almost the same amount of the same amount of volume as Polar, which isn't doing anything? Look at Polar's chart. It has 3 million shares. Why does Polar have 3 million shares? I don't know. So if Polar is outperforming something that's up 20% and Polar isn't even up 1%, that's a red flag. I want to kind of be like, okay, maybe today I need to just take it slow. And basically, what I have these other stocks up here for, Nvidia and all of that, is to kind of do the comparison that I was doing with the actual NQ. So NQ over here, and let's actually look at the SPY too. SPY. So this is the NQ, continue to dump down. It is hard testing this previous bottom from yesterday, actually breaking down that level. So there's a lot of momentum already to the downside. So you have to ask yourself, okay, well, if there's already momentum to the downside, do I try to scalp something like SOXS, which is it goes up when the market is going down? If you look here, SOXS is coming up. Yesterday it had a huge move from 22.47 all the way up here to 25 as the market dumped, and now it is retesting this level. So at this point, I'm like, okay, have I missed the move? Did I miss the move for a downwards play? I would think yes. Even if it does continue, I'm just going to look for that strength to taper off, and then try to get an entry. Um, but we know the market usually has a very high chance of going back up. And because of that, I look at stocks like SOXL. XOXL goes up when the market is going up. So it's going down right now. XOXL also pays a dividend. So both of them, the semiconductors, pay dividends. So it could be something that if it gets cheap enough, I may pick up for my portfolio and just chill on it because the markets most of the time go up. Now XOXL is the Direction daily semiconductor. Is a 3x. So whatever you can make in the semiconductors like SMCI is like 33 bucks or something like that. And some of the other semiconductor stocks are very expensive. This one is less expensive at 19 bucks, but it moves 3x whatever the rest of the semiconductor market is moving. So let's go to dividend history. And right now I'm on NASDAQ. It pays 23 cents. I believe this one is an annual one, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Not annual, quarterly. Let's see, 369. So yeah, quarterly dividends every 3 months it pays out. It's kind of sporadic though with the semiconductors. You can see, let's see when the last time they paid out. So this was 2023, 2024. 369, and it's kind of sporadic. Like they had one that paid out was 14 cents, but for the price I would like to see it drop a little bit more if I'm gonna get into something that sporadic, because it's very dependent on the semiconductors and the things that are going on, especially like the negotiations with Ukraine and getting the rare earth metals from Ukraine for providing support. Those rare earth metals go towards creating semiconductors, go towards creating all of the materials inside of your computers that make them run so fast. So that's what that's what could be on the line for the future of those types. Let's see what Yahoo's talking about. Yahoo pulls trigger on threatens tariffs that could recoil. Okay. So it's basically just about knowing what's going on, man. What's going on out here, man? GOP China leaves door open for talks with measured tariff response. Okay. Canada hits back with sweeping tariffs on 107 billion of U.S. products. Okay, so this kind of news, it says this was 9 hours ago. That may be why the markets dumped so much. There was a little contingents on the whole tariffs talk, and yesterday, it wasn't particularly good during the day, during the intraday trading for anybody that wasn't shorting. So oh, show my chart. Yeah, I did. I showed the chart. Which chart were you talking about? I'm showing SOXL right now, and we also see the SPY going down there as well. Okay, so you know that's pretty much how I use the ATR, just to see the trend. Sometimes, very rarely, there will be a reversal on the ATR that will completely reverse the ATR. So it'll, let's say if it does dump down like this. If I had my ATR low on here, you actually see the ATR low here. I don't even have that anymore. Unless I start shorting, I really don't need it. But I'll put the ATR low back on here. It's literally just taking the close of the day, and you're adding that ATR to the high and low of the previous close. But on this one, let's say if it was below the ATR, sometimes you would get a complete reversal of the ATR. Maybe some good news comes out or something, and it will rip back through the ATRs. Now, on times like that, that the market and everything is supporting that move, I like to see some consolidation above the ATR, and so that it doesn't fall back down on me and I just get caught in a big consolidation, right? And a lot of times I like to see out of the open just above ATR high. Show me that you want to uptrend. Show me that you want to get way away from the ATR high. Give me a pullback so I can enter, and then let's continue to ride throughout the day upward. But same thing with, sometimes you'll see one that's down like this, down low, and it'll shoot up on the open, shoot all the way through the ATR high, and but it doesn't hold. It'll reverse and come all the way back down through the ATR low. But those are very rare, especially for things that are large caps that take a lot of money to move. It's like it doesn't happen a whole lot. It's like, it may happen. Now if it does happen and you're not prepared for it, it will rip your face off for sure. But looks like TRNR did not get over that 290. Like I said, it was just GM catalyst. I don't really know if that catalyst is going to be, even if it does break, I would like to, kind of see, because it's already on a little downtrend here. The high up here was 396. And actually, let's look at the higher time frame on this TRNR. So higher time frame on the daily chart, maximum. Okay, so we got, and I remember this one. I waited, I traded this thing. I was looking for a breakout on this day. It didn't happen. Looking for a breakout on this day. It didn't happen. And then this one ended up shooting up during the open. But I was like, you know what? It's whatever. It didn't happen on the days that I wanted it to. So I remember this one. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with this one. It closed at 232, and right now the price is sitting at right at 290, the ATR high. And like I said, I didn't even look at this. I just took the close of yesterday and just added 60. But it does look like some resistance up here. Some resistance at this current calculated ATR. So we'll see how that does. It's got 5 million shares traded on it. Very low float. And found that resistance at that 290 level. Okay, let's go ahead and jump back. All the rest of this is pretty self-explanatory. This is just the NQ, and then this is my 30-minute for the TRNR. This is my hour, 2 hour, 4 hour. I'm just watching for trends to just move upwards. This one does not look like it's going to be doing that today. Okay, so let me make this one big. And we'll be watching. So this was the hard test of this previous bottom. It's bouncing back up and testing this level again. Question is, will this little level right here become some type of resistance, or will this be a bounce point for the markets today after all of the tariff talks? If it is a bounce point, I'm going to be looking into. It's gonna have to show me something though, for me to play this to the upside, especially with all of these kind of movements down, and they didn't really gap down, they kind of traded down. But I'm just gonna have to see how I want to play it. It is the NQ is below the ATR high right now, so I really don't know. It may just be consolidation for the day under the ATR highs, and if that is the case, I'll be looking for maybe some low floats or something to pop up during the day and give me a run for my money. But as far as pre-market goes, we just kind of sitting on our hands and not digging for trades, right? It's the beginning of the day. Let your scanners work. Let them do what they do and bring you some fish. Okay. What else can I look at? We got excess. XO excess came back up to this previous level and starting to show a little bit of come down. It may play around here during the open. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I actually have to leave and go to an actual office and all of that good stuff. But Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, I'm gonna have a little bit more time to do some pre-market trading. It's no rush. I mean, I get my alerts on my phone when things hit the scanners, and I'm just like, it's whatever. I actually need to change my I don't see the alerts for right now though. Which is weird. Oh, I got my phone on do not disturb. That's why. I do want to be disturbed after the market is ready to be traded. So let me set my time, reset my time to 5, maybe 5:45 or so to alert me for anything that's moving. Because you can't TOS, you can't start actually trading until 6. So it'll give me 15 minutes before just to realize what I need to do. Anyway, once I get my body to waking up at that time regularly, I won't use an alarm anymore. I just get up. All right, TRNR showing some movement through that ATR level. So I want to see, can we get a pullback above this 290? It's only up 26%, 6 million shares traded. I want to see what a pullback looks like above that 290. 6 cents above it right now. Like I said, it's gym membership, so I don't really know what kind of strength it has to the upside. Maybe it tries to do a $3 break, but I want to see a pullback above that ATR first. And by a pullback, I mean a pullback on the 15-minute, not a pullback on a 1 minute or something like that. It's definitely getting some attention though. There's $2.99, $3. So there's a $3 tap there. What kind of, is it going to show rejection there, or what does it want to do there? Ooh, it's a little bit of a wall at 3. Boy, looking over here at this level 2 here, it came up here to 3 and it was like a 400 share position right here. And I believe you just broke through that 3. Cool. So yeah, just looking for that pullback setup. If it wants to go straight up during pre-market, oh well. It's one of those things that's up to 28%, being $3. It's the only thing that I'm seeing on my scans right now. So how will it fare above 290? Point of control right now is at 270. Majority of the trades have happened there. So I would like to see this point of control move above this ATR high. So we can see more trading coming in over this ATR high. That will be dope. And that will actually show interest if more people are trading it higher and higher and higher. $304 keeps tapping at $3. The other thing to remember is it did just come out of what looked like a start of a harsh downtrend. So it's got its consolidation levels down here between this little 250, $252. We really don't want to see it enter back into that 250. So I would say maybe that would be if it gets a body to close under 250, that's not what we want to see. That's some weakness, unless you're shorting, you know. But that's looking like some weakness below 250 if it goes there. Back into that consolidation. So we're not just jumping into anything, you know, just because it's going up. Checking the catalyst, checking what's going on, what was the previous day's trend, all that good stuff. So we don't get spaded out here. $297. Coming back and testing that 290 now. So there's a little bit of reaction over that 290, but that's still, I want to see a full close above this 290 level. It only is up 7 cents, being this low of a float. 7 cents, that's not that impressive. Oh. And the other thing is with these cheaper stocks, I really like to see them with more more percent change. Like 28% for something that's, $3. It should be moving like aggressively. Like, I mean, like 50%, 75%, really scaring the shorts. That's what we want to see. And we may get that during intraday. So I'll definitely continue watching during intraday, but I just have to be patient. Right now it's just chopping around at 290. Back below this point of control is bad too. I mean, back down here to 270s at this point, giving a, oh, well, okay, so the point of control just rose right there on that test. That, I mean, it could be an indication of two things. One, shorts coming in around the ATR high, or maybe it's just more trading coming to the ATR high because people are thinking it can go up above 3. So now we have a little high point. The previous bodies were at 299. That $3 level was a kind of heavy spot that it tested, and we'll see how it holds this ATR, if it can hold the ATR, because the 290 breakdown is going to need to try again to get over the ATR high. 7 million shares, or almost 8 million shares traded on it now. All right, breaking down at 290. Now, what we don't want to see is it start to drag the ATR back, or not the ATR, the point of control back down. That means more people are doing things lower and lower and lower. People are wanting prices to go lower. So let's see what happens. 290 is a war zone, though. Hmm. About to close this candle in 30 seconds. Or actually, the 1 minute candle is about to close in 30 seconds. And 290 is just, there's no motion around it. It's like a stalemate. We'll see which side releases control. And this is pretty much the only time that I really use the level twos to see where those points, those really high competitive points were during the day, and I just mark them up and see, does it start holding those levels? Does it start holding higher? Right now, it's bouncing off of that 90 a little bit. Nothing huge though. Just a bunch of trapping. I bet if you were looking at the 1 minute, it's a lot more unclear right now of what it actually wants to do. Right now we see boom, big explosion. We know where the ATR is, and it's clear that there is something not wanting to move upward here. The ask and the bid both are at 90, 290s. Not seeing those 91s or anything like that. But yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in this morning. These I'm probably gonna stream to like maybe, we'll see. I would like to say a time, but I really don't know because on these days I'm just like, I gotta go. I gotta get up out of here. You know, got to get things ready and ship out. But some mornings I know it's going to be something moving in pre-market, and I'm definitely going to be participating, taking my little my little bit off of there. So this will be the first pullback um, on the 15 minute that is holding above that 290 level. So we got this little tick down here that is the 286. And we still have about 8 minutes left on this 15-minute candle to see if it actually wants to hold above 290. But it ain't closed yet. Yep. Oh. One of the things that I try to do is wait for candle closing. Sometimes on these 15 minutes, like let's say if you get in 5 minutes before the 15-minute closes or something, it's always this. I'm just like, man, I should have waited for this thing to close. I would have known a little bit more. I would have seen how this thing closed, because this wick isn't set in stone. As long as this thing has time to move, it could be lying. It could easily dump back through that 290 level. It could easily go up. So I'm like, let me just wait and see true buying pressure at this point, above this point. And maybe if we'll get a higher low close than the 286, maybe there'll be a little move. Now, I know I'm looking at this and we already went over the catalyst and all that. If you like that kind of catalyst, the catalyst is a gym. It's like some kind of gym membership or something like that on this one. Let me refresh so y'all don't get lost on why we're just sitting and waiting. So TRNR, this was interactive strength secures exclusive distribution and initial order for CLMBR in the United Kingdom. These are like some kind of gyms, some kind of gym memberships and all that stuff. They got 10 million gym members. And like I was saying earlier, I don't know how well that's going to be going, but I was just explaining how I look at these. If they have a better catalyst and all that stuff, how I look at it, and how I set up the pre-market ATRs and all that stuff, right? Looking at the previous consolidation down here, all of that. That doesn't mean I'm just gonna jump in this thing and trade it. I'm just saying if it had the better catalyst and all that stuff, this is how I'll be playing it. I'll be looking for a pullback above the ATR high and maybe even some consolidation here at the ATR high and looking for a break back above those levels. So that's just to clarify. Anybody that's tuning in, after we went through all of that, what is actually going on. It's not something that we're just like, oh man, we got to take this trade. Just chilling. Just chilling, man. As for everything else, Nvidia, all these higher floats are still moving downwards with the market. Look at the NQ over here. You still crashing out. You look like you're still crashing out. Yeah. So NQ had a little bounce point on this previous double bottom, but it looks like it wants to continue to push down. Let's actually go and look at what Bitcoin is doing during all of this. What you got going, Bitcoin? Okay, Bitcoin still sitting around at 83,000. Had a previous consolidation, and this is a monthly chart. I mean, for cryptos, I really just only look at the monthly because I don't day trade them. I just kind of collect them like Pokemon. And so this is the old consolidation here, and we also have a previously tested level here from 58 to 71. And yeah, it's just kind of doing its thing up here. I don't know, maybe it'll go back up, but I don't know about soon. We'll just have to see how all of these tariffs and things play out and how people want to reinvest. But the market's dumping, Bitcoin's dumping. We know most of the times these things just end up going higher anyway. So, I mean, staying short is probably not an option. All right, so TRNR threw a wick up there, but can't get any body up there. It has 2 minutes left until the close of this candle, which is going to be 7 o'clock, top of the hour, and we're going to see, can it hold up this 290. Two, looks like it's touching 3. RE, let's see, please show your chart on the regular hours. Oh yeah. So on Nvidia, let's say if I am looking to go long on Nvidia, the first thing I'm looking for is for the market to support the idea. So I'm looking over here at the NQ. Right now, the NQ is not supporting long movement. I want to know where the ATR is based on the close. So the ATR on this one, ATR high, I mean, all you need to do is go to NQ ATR, and you can look over here on my scans right here. It shows what the ATR is. The ATR is $429.55 per day. So we do a high, and if you're shorting, you can do a low on that. And you say, okay, whatever the close was for yesterday, you're going to add, especially for pre-market, you'll add that 400 something dollars to the close of the previous day. So let's go to the daily chart. It may make more sense. Daily chart. Maximize. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. You come out here to the daily chart, and this close, well, that's not even close. It's been moving. Where was the close of yesterday? 20, but that was 5 o'clock. Because it actually trades during the nighttime too. But you can see the break of the session here. So this was the end of a session at that 5 o'clock. I think it's at 5 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. It stops trading for a minute, and then I think it stops trading for like an hour, and then it starts back trading in here. But basically my ATR is based on the intraday open. Once the intraday opens, it takes this whatever price it is here and takes that 429. It's going to add it to the top side, and if you have the ATR load, it'll subtract it from the bottom side. But what I'm looking for is it to start breaking over those highs, making a pattern of breaking highs, and then to reclaim a previous. And this may take days. This may take a whole week for it to happen. But I'm looking for it to support trading Nvidia, trading Tesla, trading any of the things. And the other thing is, I'm only looking to trade stocks that are moving during the day, that move for at least $4 in a day. You're like, well, how do you know if a stock's gonna move $4 in a day? ATR, the average true range. If your ATR is 20 cents, it's not gonna move unless you're trading a low float. It's not gonna move $4 in a day. You look for ATRs that are 4 or higher, basically. And then I'm looking to play on that 15-minute for little scalps and things like that. But right now, this thing is just supporting shorts right now. I don't see it. Now, during the open, it could crank back up and some buyers could come back in here, but I'm not worried about that. I'm only looking to start trading those large caps after the first hour and 30 minutes. So the first hour and something, I'm looking for, any kind of small cap movement, anything that's popping up, 100, 200% and moving up, right? Then after that hour and 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, everything's kind of chilling out. Things are finding where they want to settle or what trends they want to settle into. And so now I want to identify, where I want to jump into this game. Um, Whether it's Nvidia, and it's also based on the volume. So right now, Nvidia has the top volume, even though it's going down. But I'm looking for those top maybe 3 or 4 volume movers. So right now, it'll be Nvidia, Tesla, um, are going to be the top ones that could probably give some good motion. Um, but yeah, back over to TRNR, came back through that 290. So we saw that it got a pullback, what looked like a pullback. We waited for this candle to close, and now, it's back under the ATR high, right? We don't really like that. We want to see it do this pullback above that 290 level. But not only is it breaking down the ATR, it made a lower low tap. So it tapped down here to what, 284 almost. So that's not what we want to see. Yesterday on, I can't even remember what I traded. Acon. All right, so Acon here, I traded this one pre-market, and what we saw the from the close of this day, it was 330. I believe it was like 280. The ATR was during this time. So all I did was set 330s, and I added that 280. So 330 plus that 280 ATR is what it was during the maybe it was less than that because it was not 6 something. It was up in here. It was like 570 something. Maybe it wasn't 280. 330. It might have been because the ATR changes as time goes on and new candles are created. So it may be like 270 or something like that, maybe. Was that it? I don't know. Anyway, the ATR was around this 572-ish point at that time. And so I was like, okay, well, I want to see it get above that 572 and hold. It blasted up. It did a retracement back down here above the ATR high. I was entering in these little red things that these little red lines here, right in here. I don't know if you can see those red lines. Let me get rid of this one. Remove. So this was my stop out that had came in. Now I have a script that does it's based on my risk. When I get in, I can risk 50 bucks and it will follow that up. And that's where the risk was. I got in here, entered here, and it started to move away from here. I did not want to be holding into the open, so I was selling majority of it. It started showing weakness around this $7-ish level. It did go a little bit higher into the open, but I'm not worried about that. As you can see, that clap down was serious. It showed weakness. A lot of times, if you're going to get into these and they're going to go wild, they'll just go, If it was going to go like on these first 2 candles and just shoot back up here to 779, cool. We got time before the open. We still got time in this session. Just go, baby. And I let it roll. But it showed me weakness. Showed me weakness on this double top here. And then as I was selling, it pumped down and showed me weakness. And I was selling the end of my position up into this 689 level. But yeah, a lot of weakness there. I was like, nah, I'm good. Something better will come. But yeah, that's pretty much, I mean, it's how I kind of use ATR. I use ATR no matter if it's on a low float or a large cap. Large caps just respect them more. Um, And that's one of the reasons they're kind of dangerous. If the large cap is trying to break the ATR and it fails, that movement back down can be very abrasive, to say the least. You can lose a lot trading at an ATR once it fails. That's why I want a clear break. Show me that you can trend up above it. All right, looks like our good friend TRNR not able to do the motion that I'm looking for and getting on back down there to that 276. Polar, so as of now, nothing's popping up on the low flow scanner. That's telling me, hey, we need to trade this. It is 7:07. Yeah. By this time, I probably should have found something if it was going to be something during pre-market, but every pre-market isn't going to be a hot pre-market. Some pre-markets you're just going to have to be disciplined and be like, man, you know what? This ain't it. This ain't that. And you may get something on the open, a new little low float that comes and just blows everything out of the water. That'll be cool. But right now, it would be in competition with TRNR for attention. A TRNR has 15 million shares traded, even though it's not even looking that good, right? So at this point, you're asking, well, if this was a good catalyst, what would you be doing? What would I be waiting on? Well, I'd just be waiting for it to break this ATR high and actually hold above it. The more failures, the more strength that I'm thinking is here at the 290. The more this becomes a level of resistance. But if it can get up there, then we'll play with it. If it aligns with the other criteria that I'm looking for. Because it's definitely got volume. 15 million shares, it's easy to get in and out. Super easy. Oh, I know why I'm not getting any alerts. Because I freaking deleted those my scanners that I had up there. I was like, why isn't this thing alerting me anymore? Let's see. So analyze, market watch, alerts. Yeah, that's why. Okay. So I want to recreate my alerts here for T-ball. Because usually I get alerts in the morning for anything that's added. I saw something get added to the low flows that isn't looking good. It's not even really a low. It's a low float, but it's UVXY, and I don't really mess with that. So let me go ahead and set up my alerts for this one. When symbols are added, send me a text during market hours. So I'll create that. I should get a text here. Let's see. It should text me. Okay. Then top volume moves. I'm not too worried about this one because I want to do these during intraday. I'm more now there may be a small cap that pops up here that's like $5. Like this one right here, Wint, WINT. It's making its way up there. I'm surprised it's not on something else, but Wint popped up there very quickly. And again, we can go down here to the close. Close was at 289. The ATR is $1.16, so 289. Or man, that was a bad click, wasn't it? Let's see, remove. Let's go to the last candle. Close of this one, 291. Okay, I guess it was 291. All right, and then we're gonna add the ATR of 116 to this on Wint. And then we'll go and look at the catalyst here in a minute. But 291 plus 116. It's going to put us at around 407. 407. And we will edit that. I'll change this to 407. And that is the ATR high from when I'm seeing it now. ATR high for pre-market. And then I'll change this to green. I hit OK. All right, so we got our 407. Let's go look at the catalyst for Went and see what's going on. It's up 45%. It just came onto the low flow scanner. But yeah, I seen it. I was like, So yeah, it's starting to come in there. Let's go and look at WINT. Win-Tree Therapeutics. Okay, so it does not have a current catalyst. Last catalyst was 5 days ago. It says Win-Tree files is Toro X me. I don't even know what that word is. Okay. Whatever that is for patients in India. I'm wondering, is this an actual is it a actual Indian stock? Let's go look. It went. Only 3 million shares traded. Let's see. So it says it's from Warrenton, Pennsylvania, founded in 1992, focused on the development therapeutics for the treatment of acute cardiovascular diseases. The company's lead product candidate is what man, okay. All right, not worried about saying that word. Clinical injury, acute heart failure. Okay, so things dealing with the matters of the heart is what Went is about. And it has that ATR. And so what I'll be looking for is, hey, how are you going to pull back? What is a pullback going to look like to this 407? Up 50% right now. Topping tail went up to 547. It does not have any catalyst on the day though. So with no catalyst on the day, that's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, how do you play this? Where's the bravery here? Are people bullish? And why would they be bullish? Are they bearish? And why would they be bearish with no catalyst? So we'll see how it ends up touching this 407. Definitely closing up with a higher, very high wicking tail up there. I don't like that high wicking tail. And it's got a full 15 minutes to hold above this 407. Pushing down, right to the ATR high there. That's where through the wick there at 407. It's also a holdout level, so it's kind of like a double whammy because it's a holdout level and ATR high. So if it breaks down, it's going to be a pretty nice little breakdown. But we'll see. Let's look back on the bigger chart on this one. Go over here to the daily on Went. You can kind of see that it has definitely been trending downward. Closed at 290 something and now is at 438. So 438 is right at the top of this little wick here, looking like around this little point of the 35-ish level. Not really looking super interesting though. That should be a 35. Top 35. No. And I will put this, I will actually change the name of this as to, what do I want to call this? Level of possible resistance. Possible resistance. Oh my gosh, I can't spell. All right, possible resistance right there. So we'll see 435 possible resistance. And then we have our ATR at 407. Let's jump back over here to the 15-minute. So we got possible resistance at 435, looking for it to hold up this 407. And so far, these are the best ones we got. We got a gym membership stock with TRNR. And then we got a no catalyst stock. It's up 45%, but it's like, who cares, right? Who cares? It is a biotech. You know, a lot of people, they like the biotechs. I believe it's a biotech. Let me check that before I just say that. Bio days, what sector? Market cap. Okay, maybe it's not gonna show it there. Let's go to statistics. Maybe we'll show it over here. Entry. Am I crazy? I know I used to see bio. Was it in profile? Did I just miss it? Okay, yeah, there it is. Biotech profile, healthcare, biotechnology. So it is a biotech stock, but with no catalyst, very, very hard to determine what it actually wants to do, especially over this ATR. Will it be able to hold that 407 with no catalyst? Now for this one, no catalyst, I'm definitely not touching it, especially with TRNR. At least it has a little bit of catalyst. I'd rather bet on the squat machines than nothing, right? But coming on down there to that 415, we got our possible resistance at 435 with a whole host of shorts looking like they sat on this thing here. So just because it pops on scan doesn't mean it is grade A. We want to kind of do some analysis, dive into it, see what's going on. But got about 10 minutes left. I think I'm gonna just stream to like 7:30 on these days. Usually it should be, just be able to find something very easily, and I'm just not seeing that right now. With the market, what's the market still doing? Is it still dumping? Yes, the market is still dumping. NQ, yep. So it tested that double bottom, did a little pop up, trapped some people, and now continuing downwards. So SOXS continues to rise above that $25 level. And XOXL continues to fall. I would like to see it fall even more, to be honest. That thing, but it never falls that much. It always reverses. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna get this thing at 15 bucks. And then it goes right back up to like 24 bucks. Right. Somebody just messaged. All right. Anyway, we'll see how all these go. But as for now, we see Wentz pushing right on back down. This is still got 10 minutes left, and it's not even holding in the last 10 minutes. So why do you wait for a 15-minute candle to close to save my life? So there we go. 407 breakdown all the way to 374. Right back through there. No catalyst on that, so not too into that movement. Probably get ready to. Yeah, man. I told y'all I was doing the pre-market trading, then I'm getting on out of here. Especially on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I actually have to leave and go to my other office. So yeah, I'm getting on out of this thing, man. And if I don't see anything like today, I was just kind of explaining how I use ATR, how I use it during pre-market since it won't calculate. I have to just calculate it based on the Wilder's ATR 14 bar, um, 14 bar calculation, and placing that ATR, seeing if it can hold it up, and if it can't, oh well. But yeah, that's a pretty big breakdown from 407 all the way down here to 360s, and this 15-minute candle hasn't even closed up yet. So what would I be waiting on if to do anything with this if it was a stop? Well, it would have to get back over 407 and do a proper pullback over the 407. So how possible is that after this dump? I don't know. I think it took a lot of souls with it to the downside. And TRNR continuing down as well, not being able to get over that level. 16 million shares traded on it. So 2 reasons that I did not lose money during pre-market because I was just patient. Anyway, got about 7 minutes left. Now, Wednesdays I'll be able to go a little bit longer, maybe. Just depends on what kind of notifications come through. If people need assistance like right now, then I'll jump over there and see what they got. But we'll see. I like doing the earlier ones. I'm more focused. I'm less, checking emails and all that good stuff. I'll do that after I get off stream so I can see what's going on with different places, but no real rush. No real rush into any of these things. If it ain't there, it just ain't there. Now, if something was up 200%, I'm like, okay, wow, how did that happen? Did it just jump up to 200%? Is it a reverse split? What kind of, then I'm asking questions. Why is this thing going to be exciting? But today, just chilling. Again, I'll still be in the Discord after I go offline. So if you have any questions or anything that I didn't cover, then just ask and I'll get to it as soon as I can today. I'll probably move to the other office and then answer it. Because once I get moving, I get moving. I'm out here in the country well, not really like crazy country, but just country. And far enough where I need to drive to get somewhere. Yeah, down there, lame skin, TRNR, and went trapping people. But yeah, not really seeing anything pre-market. And then for those things that do pop like really close to the shift in the session, I'm kind of very patient on that. Like let's say if it's like 15 minutes to the bell and something just pops up crazy. I'm kind of wary of those just jumping it because it's so close to session end. It's almost like the end of the intraday going into after hours. When you see like right at the end of the end of intraday, something pops crazy. It's like, okay, let me just wait into after hours. Let me just wait because it's just too close to the end of the session to be acting crazy like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I see, man. Um, Maybe there'll be something intraday. Maybe we'll get one of those crazy halters. Because a lot of times when pre-market is dead, everybody's sitting on their hand. Well, I won't say everybody's sitting on their hands. A lot of professional traders are sitting on their hands, and then when something pops, oh my goodness. It's like, man, they are really in kill mode. They really want it all. I'm still not getting these texts. I'm seeing, but I'm not getting any of these texts. Let me go to my alerts. Still not getting these text here. So I got my low floats in there. T-ball low floats. And it is active. Let me go over here to settings and positions. Oh, notifications, alerts triggered. Let's do aftermarket too, since it seems to not want to. Okay, so maybe now I'll get the alerts. Anyway, you see where the ATRs are. TRNR still at the 290. Went still at that 407. So definitely has the bottom of this body candle back at the ATR from previous day at 325. That's where it started kind of shooting at. So 325, don't want to see it below 325. That's going to be bad. Edit 325, we'll make that red. Dead ticker. Dead ticker. So below that level is dead. And continues to push down, looking like it wants to eat this whole candle at 360s. Seeing TRNR again, it's going to have to get over the ATR and prove that it can hold up 290 level to do anything. But, you know, at this point, it's already showed us a little bit of weakness. So we'll see what it wants to do. And now it looks like it's even finding resistance at the 290s there. Point of control is still at 284s. But yep, I'm about to shut it down, about to get on to the office and get ready to get to work today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Like I said, the Discord is free. I think the link has been dropped in the chat. Over there on Twitch, I don't know what I still need to look into why that the links are not going on Twitch. I don't know how they're getting blocked, but I'm gonna make sure that I get that. I just keep forgetting. I might need to put that on my notepad. And I'll see Twitch block, Twitch chat block. Cause I was talking to RexCon yesterday and he was like, I don't see it in Twitch. And then I go over to Twitch and it's not there. I'm like, what? Blocked. It might be blocked URLs or links. But I'll look into that and get that going. If you ever need the link though, definitely you can go to my what's the page called? I might just put it on Twitch. I might just make it a button on Twitch to get a link on there. That's what I'll do. So at least you can get it on the home page. I just haven't been on Twitch in a while. I usually just my streaming software just streams to everything, so I don't ever have to actually go to Twitch or go to Kick or go to these places. I just fire it up and go. But I will get that link on there probably today. Anyway, that is it for me today. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. The next one will be tomorrow morning. I'm trying to get back to streaming every day since I'm going to be doing these early ones. Unless something comes up, I'll let you guys know if something comes up in the mornings and I just have to go and do something else. But other than that, I'm just going to be getting my daily consistency back. Anyway, that is it for today. If you're going to continue trading, definitely keep your head on the swivel. I didn't see anything in pre-market. Maybe it'll be an intraday thing. So just keep my eyes open. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.